St. Peter's Basilica is essentially the ultimate group project by Italian Renaissance and Baroque artists and architects. It's time for another episode of International Architecture, and we're looking at who did what parts of St. Peter's Basilica in Vatican City within Rome, Italy. For starters, who's buried there? St. Peter. He was responsible for making the site holy to Catholicism. Way to go, Peter. Next, who was the first architect brought in for the redesign after the old St. Peter's Basilica started falling to ruin? That's when Leone Battista Alberti and Bernardo Rossellino enter the scene. They renovate the old basilica and create initial designs for a whole new basilica under Pope Nicholas V. Who comes in after Pope Nicholas V dies? Pope Julius has grand plans for the basilica and hosts a design contest, which is won by Donato Bramante. The foundation for the new basilica is laid with this design in 1506. Bramante has plans for a massive dome which is supported by 4 piers, but then what happens? Pope Julius dies and Bramante is replaced by Giuliano de Salgallo and Fra Giocondo in 1513, who both then die in 1515. Now Raphael gets looped into this and is declared the official architect. Shocking to no one, the original Bramante design starts seeing some changes, but one thing's for sure, this basilica is going to have a big dome, baby, and somebody's got to figure out how to make that work. But then guess what? Raphael dies at 37 in 1520. Baldassare Peruzzi comes in and maintains some of Raphael's changes, but mostly goes back to Bramante's original design, and then Rome gets sacked by Emperor Charles V and Peruzzi dies in 1536. Now Antonio da Salgallo submits a design combining everyone's contributions, and Salgallo is the nephew of the other Sangallo mentioned earlier. I cannot say that name, I'm so sorry. He makes a lot of progress on the dome and strengthens Bramante's piers, which were already cracking. Sangallo dies in 1546, and finally in 1547, Michelangelo, in his 70s, is named the superintendent of the building program. He is considered the principal designer of the basilica. He also did not want the job, but had it forced onto him by the Pope. He really pulls the design together though, but dies in 1564. His assistant Jacopo Barozzi da Vignola and Giorgio Vasari continue his work until 1585, when Pope Sixtus V appoints Giacomo della Porta and Domenica Fontana to finish using Michelangelo's design. The dome is finally finished in 1590. Then in 1602, Maderno adds the facade which we see today, and in 1641, Bernini adds some towers and finishings, but there's too much drama to cover this fully, and that's why